how I feel about it. Summertime with the kids is kind of like, different than it is when they in school. Like whatever your food bill is, like some people know they can spend $500, it'll last all month, maybe 600-700. Whatever that is,
you gotta double it.
Once the summertime get here,
double it.
You gotta double that shit. You gotta double it. And I tell people all the time, don't buy snacks. Some people don't buy snacks. And people laugh at me like, what you mean don't buy no snacks? I said, because they sit there, they watch TV, every 3 commercials is a food commercial. See the food commercial, go downstairs, get a snack. Before you know it, Oreos, chips, all that's going to 3 days.
Yep.
You might have spent $120 on snacks. All that is going to 3 days.
That's why there's no sports in the summertime. That's why there's no sports. They can't sell no what's name because there ain't no sports in the summertime.
Summertime will get in the summertime.
Wait, hold on. You said there's no sports in the summertime?
No, I'm sorry. No football or basketball in the summertime.
But they got summer league basketball. They got summer league basketball.
Yeah, but that's not basketball like we know it. That's training camp. So trust me.
This is what you get. That's why when you be saying you don't watch wrestling, this is my prime time to watch wrestling. Back in the day was around this time.
That's true.
But now I watch wrestling every Monday and Friday.
That's back.
And then when they got an event, I don't know when they got a pay-per-view, I watch pay-per-view.
SummerSlam.
Cool.
After
Not that
SummerSlam.
dedicated, but that's cool.
Yeah.
SummerSlam is August the 2nd and the 3rd.
Yeah. Golden age of wrestling.
But like I said, this summertime now, like the OKC just won the championship, right?
Right.
OKC just won the championship. So now you're looking at things like, all right, basketball is over. Today is Tuesday. Tomorrow is the NBA draft, just the first round.
Right.
Thursday is the NBA draft, the second round.
Right.
That's how weird things is that the NBA got 2 days of drafts when don't nobody even give a damn about the second round draft, but they just gonna put it on there anyway. Right. But I would say that is pretty good for promotion. I give them that. He's been trying in the promotion.
To piggyback off of you, I just realized something. They have the NBA draft back-to-back days. Then they have the NHL draft immediately after back-to-back days. That's
Friday and Saturday.
The NHL draft is immediately the next day after. So.
Wow. See, the NFL is that's a whole weekend, boy. You'll chill on Thursday, chill on Friday, and then Saturday. I used to chill Saturday.
The NFL used to only be 2 days. It used to be Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday, right.
Yeah, it used to start at 12 noon because I went to my first draft ever. Michael Vick was the first pick. LaDainian Tomlinson was in that same draft. But we got there at like 11. We had to leave 5 o'clock in the morning to make sure that we got there on time so we wasn't in that long ass line.
Okay.
Now I know y'all saying Philadelphia ain't that far away from New York. Why you leave 5 o'clock in the morning? But that fucking line in New York, because this is when it used to be at Madison Square Garden. No, this is Madison Square Garden.
Well,
it's 3 hours. It's 3 hours.
Madison Square Garden days. You had to get off at the Garden. You had to go to the little boxing arena. This wasn't even in where the Knicks play at. The Madison Square Garden got 2 arenas in it. Well, I know I only been to 2 arenas. I don't know what the other one is. They got 2 arenas in there, so this was the boxing arena. You had that line was long as shit. Motherfuckers be in there with old ass jerseys on with duct tape over the name. Shit was crazy. That was the first time I ever seen shit like that.
But what's crazy is this is kind of a history thing. But back in like the 60s and 70s when they didn't televise the draft, they used to start at like 6 a.m. in the morning and would do the whole draft in one day.
That's crazy.
Literally all day, they would do all 11 rounds or all 12 rounds.
Yeah. I remember it was longer than 7.
Yeah.
Shit, you be at listen. This is how crazy it was when I went to my first draft. We got there at 12. We got there a little before 12. We got inside. Every spot you sit at got a little TV next to it so you can see what's going on like ESPN or whatever.
Yeah.
They start showing the Sixers-Pacers game. Sixers was doing so good.
Why?
Later on that day, Reggie Miller hit the motherfucking 3 to win the game and ran out the goddamn building. I said, ain't this a bitch? He just beat us like that on game 1. Man, it was. I'm trying to tell y'all, it was crazy. I was like,
game?
damn.
Was that game 2 or 3 where AI dropped 60?
I don't remember.
All I know is, Dennis, that you make a good point on one thing. The NFL draft went from being 25 years in a row, being in New York City, didn't matter if it was the Marriott, didn't matter if it was the Hilton, didn't matter if it was Radio City Music Hall. It went from being in New York City every single year to now the last 15 years, it's rotating. The people are now bidding to have the NFL draft be in their city.
How much money that is?
It's such an extravaganza.
Yeah.
That the NBA should take part in that as well. Because it's so like the NBA can actually do it better because they have a whole NBA experience that they can put outside and everything like that. Like the NFL, they got a couple things that you take pictures, you'll have a 40-yard dash race and stuff like that. But the NBA got a whole experience. They have a real community where their old basketball players are part of the community. Like, you could also put the podcast guys in there. Like this, NBA can really do this. Like this could be a thing. Like
the NHL does too. I was at the NHL draft doing media last year. That experience was fantastic. It was incredible. So
okay. I think social media has helped out basketball for the better and for the worse more than the NFL. The NFL, you don't really need to promote it too much. It's its own brand and its own, dynamic entity. So when it comes to the NBA, man, social media, like we argue more about basketball than we do football on social media. And from what I experienced,
I mean, most people. Well, the thing about arguing in basketball
that doesn't make sense coming from you, sir. You've been MIA on social media for about 6 years.
But listen, I still keep in touch with everything that's been said and stuff like that.
Oh, you do, huh?
Yeah, I do.
You're missing a lot of dumb stuff. I mean, AB is here. He searches for the dumb stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's at least twice a week he'll write some shit like, "See, this is why I got to get off the internet." At least twice a week he writes some shit like that.
Yeah,
I think
really
that
the whole basketball thing, though. The problem with basketball media, and I'm gonna call it how I see it, is a generation thing. The younger generation looks at basketball very differently than the older generation looks at it. But I can't blame Gen Z for the way that they look at basketball because that's all they know. Like they've grown up in that era, so I can't be mad at them for it.
That's you. Gen Z.
I mean,
yes, I am making fun of myself. Yes.
Listen, but you got to realize they have been pampered by Steph Curry, by LeBron James, and now here we are with the new generation and like
Alpha.
OKC and Wimby's the future, and you got Jokic just being an all-time great.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? Who's going to be that next big thing? Because once LeBron and them go, once Curry and them go, like the league has now got to find their new Larry Bird and Magic.
No, they don't.
They've already found it, sir. They just have to.
Yeah.
The NBA media has to start talking about him more, but they found it. He's
and
there.
who?
These guys are hooping,
man. There's at least
no. The playoffs were great. The playoffs were great. I'm disappointed only because Halliburton went down. But the playoffs were great. They were fantastic. That old school way.
No, that was good though. The Knicks series with the Pacers, I enjoyed that one though.
I think LSGA is a superstar in the making.
Oh yeah,
Like Jokic should really be a face of the league. Giannis should be face of the league. SGA should be face of the league.
Giannis is the face of the league. Giannis and
but Derek,
nobody's really
if you watch the NBA media, I try not to, but I'm sometimes forced to. If you watch the NBA media, they don't talk about Giannis that much. They don't talk about Jokic that much.
Well, he's not winning.
They're obsessed about talking about LeBron for 25 segments a day. They're obsessed with talking about Curry at least 10
Luka teaming up with LeBron now is making him an actual topic.
But it's because of LeBron. But it's because of LeBron, though.
Mostly, but it's still like you got Luka. Like Luka should be the face of the league.
He should be.
Yeah, you know what I mean. We got to see now. He's in Laker gold.
So we got to see, like, yo, what is it going to do?
The LA,
By
the
the way,
LA
Ron,
Lucas. The LA Lucas.
by the way, I love how he's reconfirming my point. He doesn't realize it.
Hey, Derek.
Huh?
I love how Derek is reconfirming my point.
Oh, Laker go.
You hate saying that, don't you, Derek?
He should be the superstar.
He does that. He does that all the time, Ian. Don't worry about it. I've been going through it with him for years, but now I love him. Don't even worry about it. I've been going through it with him for years.
No, but
wait till he start. Wait till he start trying to minimize your argument and say, take away this and take away that. What is that guy?
When I do that, we know what somebody can do. We know Jokic is probably the best pass playmaking big man of all time. He's an underrated defender. I'm just not put him on a level as like a Hakeem Olajuwon.
Let's keep it 100% here. The reason why Giannis and Jokic and Luka and a lot of those guys are not up to par with NBA media is they're not controversial. They're not going out doing controversial shit. They're all keeping it to themselves. That's why the NBA media doesn't like them as much. They can't get headlines. They can't get clicks. They can't get, sound bites. Like,
Jordan wasn't controversial to the game time. Jordan really didn't do much.
Wait a minute.
Like he was controversial. He was controversial when it came to like, you got to prove you're better than me.
Wait a minute. No. You forgot Jordan used to gamble?
Oh man, I hate that. You can use that against him.
Did he gamble?
He's a grown man, and back then, as long as you ain't gamble on your games, he can put something down in blackjack.
You're not finna move the goalposts on this. You're not. It's not going to fly.
I think the media made that up to put a weakness against Jordan. If it wasn't for the gambling situation, we had nothing to talk about with Jordan. You would.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure. You would have nothing to talk about with Jordan. His father got killed.
Then you just talked about Jordan.
Yeah, but that's not controversial. He just lost his dad.
That was in the news forever.
Right, and they said it was due to his gambling.
Hold on. Michael Jordan's dad, you know why he got assassinated, right?
Why?
You know why he got
So they say. I don't know.
Allegedly. Go ahead, Ian.
You know the reason why his dad got clipped.
Why?
Because Michael Jordan owed a lot of money to these bookies, to these sports books. He was a gambling addict. Like, he was so addicted to gambling, he owed a lot of money.
Man. So you trying to tell me Michael Jordan back
I just
then.
want to make sure we say this right. We here at the Sam Sports Multimedia Network and the End of Thinker podcast do not agree with what Ian just said.
That's what I'm saying. His own opinion. Right. It's allegedly. Allegedly.
Casinos, hundreds of thousands of dollars, man. That's
Michael Jordan, multi-million-dollar Michael Jordan couldn't pay the gambling debt.
I'm not saying
you realize how much money he was spending at those casinos?
Yeah, he could afford it. Big time spenders spend big time money. See, we poor people, $100 is a lot of money, but to Michael Jordan, that ain't nothing.
All right, so Derek, I'm gonna put this out here, and then I'm gonna shut up. So even a multi-millionaire like Bruno Mars, for example, owed MGM Grand $50 million. And because he has to pay that off, he has to do concerts here for the next 5 years in Vegas to pay it off.
Okay.
Because he owes them $50 million.
Okay, Bruno Mars was not Michael Jordan.
I'm sorry, entertainment-wise, Bruno Mars is very talented.
Yeah, but he's not Michael Jordan.
I'm saying that he has millions, right?
But he didn't have Jordan millions.
So much money.
But
he did, and Jordan was underpaid as a player, but back then he still had a lot of money.
My point is, just because you had money doesn't mean that you owe these casinos money. I'm just saying.
Listen, listen. That was allegedly, Ian. I remember the whole gambling thing, but what I'm saying is the gambling situation. That's not really a big black eye. Like gambling, you're not gonna go to jail for gambling.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, you will.
How you gonna go to jail for gambling?
If you may bet with the wrong people, you will go to jail.
No, you won't.
How you go to jail for gambling? They gonna put your ass in jail.
Hold on, Derek.
But not put you in jail for gambling. They would.
I see it all the time.
It is frowned upon. You cannot listen. I'm not a big time gambler. I actually stopped a few years ago.
Okay.
But if you get in trouble with gambling, they just kick you out the casino and you just not gonna go back there. You can't go to jail.
No, you gamble?
I used to.
I told you.
I'm not perfect. I used to play blackjack.
Wait a minute. Ain't you the one that go to church on Sundays and be cursing right after church?
I'm not. Listen. I am saved by grace. I believe in Jesus Christ. He died on the cross for my sins. But what I am saying is, gambling. You cannot go to jail for gambling. Name somebody who went to jail for gambling. I'll wait.
That's for another topic.
Hey,
okay.
Hey, Derek, here's what I'm going to say. Let's get off air, and then I'm going to tell you exactly 5 people who got arrested for gambling. I got them off top.
They probably did something like booking, like with the mob or something. You can't go to jail for gambling, yo.
Hey, Derek, I got at least 5 people on top of my head, but I'm going to tell you off air because I don't want to get them in trouble.
Okay, no problem. Damn, no, but Michael Jordan, that's not really a black eye. A black eye, like Pete Rose got a black eye for he gambled on games that he played in, right?
All right. Look, welcome to Talk Your Ish. You know who I am. Who you is, Derek?
You know the best Bronco player, a fan in the world, baby. What's up?
We don't say that those 2 names on here. How you been? And
I'm good. You know, I'm not going to say that I'm the best fan of anybody because to me that's egotistical. But I'm doing good. Sportsangle.com. I'm trying to put articles up on there. So.
Okay. So y'all already know how we start the show off. What happened, baby?
Yeah,
now, I gotta give you my what happened, baby. It is my first what happened, baby. I've been talking to a lot of fans, football fans, and they got different teams, and they said they passed on Jalen Walker because he was too small. So you know me, I did my research. Jalen Walker is 6'1".
Mm-hmm.
And you know who else they said was too small in the NFL? He named John Randolph. The same size, everything. John Randolph was 6'1". Got to the quarterback.
Wait. What John Randall? John Randall for the Minnesota Vikings? John Randall?
Yes.
I got to look at his height again. But the height is shouldn't matter. It's the weight and how mobile you are with that height and weight.
Right. That what you just said. That's what I believe in. It should not even matter how tall you is. It shouldn't matter can you get to the quarterback.
Right. That's all that matters. As a DN or a pass rushing linebacker. Okay. Right.
Yeah. So they said Jalen Walker was too small and everything. So he finna get at a lot of teams this year coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And my next what happened, baby, is Asante Samuel Sr.
Mm.
You blame Mike Tomlin for Antonio Brown situation. I will not go into the situation. Everybody been watching the news. They seen what this man did.
Yeah. So he's on some serious charges then. Right.
Where I coming from is the man had not been in the NFL for how long?
At least 3 years now?
Okay, and when the last time he played for Pittsburgh?
Like 6, 7, right?
Okay, so how can we keep on blaming the head coach of Pittsburgh for Antonio Brown and he not even in the NFL no more?
Well, Antonio Brown, a lot of people speculate that it's CTE. I just think that whatever issues he had, he needs help. And I say he has probably the best 5-year run in recent history for a receiver. Listen, I've argued on many Zooms and many shows that I put him up there with Calvin Johnson. I put him up there with Larry Fitzgerald in that 5-year run. His number is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. All the retro. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about what he's doing off the field.
Well, as I said, he needs help. He needs help. So he's up for murder now, right? That's what I heard. He's up for murder.
Right. He up for murder. They said he left the country and all that stuff. This is what people on the news said.
AB said, huh?
Listen, AB, one more time. Antonio Brown, the ex-wide receiver that played in the NFL, got in some trouble.
He got into big trouble.
Some big trouble. The police now looking for him.
Yeah.
And they said he left the country right now.
Yeah, that Burfict hit, Dalton. That Burfict hit was pretty bad, yo.
Right.
That Burfict hit, he knocked him into the Phantom
Zone. We cannot keep on saying it Mike Tomlin's fault, and the man not even in the NFL.
Why do they say it's Mike Tomlin's fault? What did he say specifically? Why is Mike Tomlin's fault?
He said because he let Antonio Brown get away with everything when Antonio Brown was with Pittsburgh.
Antonio Brown, to me, his attitude, he was a diva. He was a huge diva. Like even a diva, like we always said, Michael Irvin and guys like Randy Moss, they were divas, but they were competitive divas. Antonio Brown was a diva, and he felt like he was like Tom Brady as a receiver. Like he was and it went nothing. I hate to say that because he's such a great athlete, but even on Dancing with the Stars, he had this pompous about him, and I didn't mind it. I don't mind if you're great. Hey, talk your ish. You know what I'm saying?
But all I did trying to say is Antonio Brown played for other teams in the NFL too.
Yeah,
he played for the Jets. He played for Tampa Bay.
He did win. He went to Tampa Bay. I'm sorry.
He played for he did not really play for the Raiders, but
yeah.
There's a reason for all that. I told
you
a long time ago,
quit too. He also quit too.
That whole wide receiver room needs to be burnt.
So
burn it. Put a match in there and burn it.
Oh, I did trying to say.
Maybe the wide receiver coach
and what Okc Samuels is trying to say is, you let that monster grow like that, and the monster ain't been the same.
Maybe it's the wide receiver coach then. It ain't Tomlin, Tomlin on defense.
Man, you the head coach. You know everything falls on you.
He over everybody.
True.
All I'm trying to say is he let that monster grow like that.
But look at that team. That team is so talented.
Hey,
Antonio Brown came in the back end. He came in the back end of that Steelers defense in the early 2000s, right?
I mean,
like the late 2000s. I'm sorry, the late 2000s. Right. So that was the defense was their mantra. But that offense, when Ben Roethlisberger, Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, you wasn't stopping them dudes in the AFC or in the NFL. That three-headed monster.
They got stopped.
They did, but I feel like they should at least won championship.
How many championships they got?
They did. They did.
They ain't even make it out the second round. We ain't trying to hear that.
One championship.
They ain't got no championship. They ain't got none.
They don't have championship.
They ain't got none. Them three mofos ain't got none. Them killer bees ain't kill a mofo out there.
I'm just talking about how dangerous they were. That three-headed monster was ridiculous.
It was fantasy football dangerous. That's about it.
Yeah, that was about it. Yeah.
So that all I got.
They ain't killed no motherfucking body. The Jaguars came in and smacked the shit out.
That's all I got for y'all. So
go ahead. Is Ian still here? Ian Kelly's in the building. What's up, Ian? What you got?
I'm good, man. I'm good. For what happened, baby, I'm gonna actually go over to Massachusetts and go over to the Fleet Center and talk about the Boston Celtics. Because what happened, baby? I understand that Tatum torn ACL. He's gonna be out for a while. I get it. Jaylen Brown. He's not a definitive number one. We all know that. We get it. But to trade Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis in 24 hours.
Porzingis.
And all they got back was essentially Georges Niang, 3 future second-round picks, and
they got Anthony Simmons. They got Anthony Simmons. They got some young meat.
I mean, Anthony Simmons is a good, rotation type of guy, but he's not someone that, is going to, raise stock value. He's not that type of guy.
You never know when you come to a championship team what it would do for you. Now, I'm not sitting here telling
Boston, I look at it and go, you got rid of Holiday, got rid of Porzingis. Derek White, is he going to be next?
Yeah.
Why look at the Boston Celtics? Peyton Pritchard, is he going to be next?
How
many more people are they going to offload this offseason?
I believe they're trying to get younger. They got too many older players on the team.
So they doing a soft rebuild then.
Right.
That's not bad. If they get Giannis, that's Brown, Tatum.
All I know is that the Boston Celtics new ownership, they spent $6.5 billion.
We said Luka was going to the Lakers, but he did. So
hey, those new owners
ain't nobody never say it. It just happened. That was a weird thing. Nobody never say it. It just happened. We woke up. We woke up one night, thought somebody fucking crashed our phones. Like, oh shit.
Right. Well, that's what happened. It's gonna happen when he goes to Boston. That's what happens.
I'm gonna say this on record, by the way: the Atlanta Hawks getting Kristaps Porzingis. It's a few years too late, but at least he's a good veteran to have in the locker room.
You're what?
He's a good veteran to have in the locker room.
Man, they need to call his name Fragile.
Or Street Clothes.
Yeah. Part 2.
Part 2, yeah.
That's why I say he's a good veteran to have in the locker room. You ain't gonna see him much on the court, but for the locker room, morale. But honestly, that's about it. That's not one and only what happened, baby.
Embiid.
I wanted to say for what happened, baby, the Indiana Pacer fan, because of the Halliburton injury. But I think I'm gonna go with Aaron Rodgers. I know I was promoting Aaron Rodgers being the savior in the Steelers nation, but I'm rethinking it now. I think Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers is not going to do well. I'm not going to lie. I've been rethinking it.
Is this the same guy that just said this?
Yeah, I did. I rethink. When I was thinking about it, I said, yeah. Because I feel sorry for the Pacers fans. So I don't want to do that to them today. I don't. It still probably hurts. I'm not a Pacers fan. It hurts me. But I'm gonna go Aaron Rodgers. Yeah.
Is this the same guy?
Yes.
I did. I know last week I said what I said. But I was saying that on the cameras go ahead.
Where you saying they was going last week? I should have made a bet.
I said he's for the second round. But the Jets fans were convinced me, Derek, he is a cancer. I'm like, his numbers just dropped.
What Jets fans are you talking to?
I talk to a lot of Jet fans. A lot of them.
Jets got fans?
That's cold. That's cold.
That's cold.
Man,
but it's true. It's true. It's true. It's like being a Clippers fan without Kawhi on there. I know.
That's cold.
Hindi is a Jets fan. Shout out to Hindi.
Yeah.
The show.
That's cold.
Yeah, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to play it out with them. I don't.
No. He gonna feel that heat. Call Miles again. What Baltimore doing?
Listen. The first game when he got hurt versus the Bills 2 years ago, and my girl had bet on him. She said he didn't even get in the huddle and say hut. I say that's NFL for you.
He said pimp down.
Pimp down.
But
help me. Oh man. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, what happened, baby? That's crazy.
I'm just gonna say, for my what happened, baby, I'm gonna have to say these fights going on in the big three, man. Like, yo, We finally got an all-black league going, man. It's been going on for a couple weeks now to start the season. I mean, it's already been like 2-3 fights already. I mean, like, what's going on, man?
4.
What's going on around here?
4.
There's too many fights going on in the Big Three, man. I mean, it's all black league. We don't want to look bad, televised. Try to do the best you could do, but you can't keep going like this.
It's cool in hockey, right, Ian? But it ain't cool when it's to his brother.
Well, yeah, hockey, they have full-on scrums. There's 5-on-5 scrums, not just one person.
That's true.
What? I'm serious, too.
I just want to do this real quick, just because it is live. It is official. The Minnesota Timberwolves $1.5 billion sale is been official now. So
okay,
1 point what?
$1.5 billion. The Minnesota Timberwolves have been sold.
I thought the Lynx too, right?
So the Lakers, wait a minute. So the Lakers sold for $10 billion,
right?
Yeah.
And the Timberwolves sold for $1.5 billion.
Yeah,
that's their value. That's Minnesota's value, apparently.
I got to start playing the fucking lotto. Ain't no fucking way.
So congratulations,
congratulations, question,
Alex Rodriguez and his investment group.
It's my power out. No, I'm just in the dark. I'm Aaron Rodgers. That's why I picked him for the week.
Oh,
no, my power's not out. I'm just in the dining room.
But
they all trying to kill me. Wrong with
but my certified player is Rashid Batman. He got the bad this offseason. He got
that's the Ravens, right? The Ravens played a wide receiver to get
Ravens. He got 36. Huh?
Go ahead.
He got 36.75 for 3 years.
Yeah, they paid a wide receiver that can't catch. Hey. Yeah, I say it.
And
John, what up, John?
I thought Zay Flowers was the number one guy.
That's what I said. They paid a wide receiver that can't catch.
What's up, John? And my last one, shout out to the Thunder. Y'all got the chip.
Championship team, man. Gotta get now. One thing I will give the NBA on that is, Adam Silver been taking over for the last 12 years. You got 9 different champions over there. A lot of parity going on. So I will give them that.
So shout out to them. Y'all did y'all thing.
Is that a good thing for the NBA? The 9 different champions over the last decade.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, so that way, franchises like the Timberwolves won't be sold for $7.50. No goddamn move.
But they were never a top franchise. They were always a 7 for 8 seed. The highest seed they ever been is when Minnesota
honestly,
the conference finals.
You say that, but shit, the Minnesota fans be showing up to them goddamn games.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I barely see a unpacked. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's packed, but I barely see a bunch of empty seats when I'm watching the Minnesota Timberwolves game. Shit, they even got a motherfucker in there that done tatted a Garnett on his fucking stomach.
Dang.
I don't know. It seems like the NBA flourishes off of rivalries like the Lakers and the Celtics. I guess that was the formula for the last 3 decades.
BJ, he can't fucking catch. Fuck out of here. You try to take up for this money. You know what? Don't let him drop more than 10 passes next year. You better not drop more than 10 passes next year. I'm fucking hitting you. Why Wednesday ain't gonna fucking be the same if he drop more than 10 passes. I'm letting you know that right now. He better not drop more than 10 passes.
I just said your wide receiver got the bad. That's all I said.
Send this motherfucker. Come on. Look, John told us the Falcons going to the Super Bowl on Madden. That's about it. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
Dennis, I will not be talking right now.
Why can't I talk? What happened?
I will not be talking, Dennis.
What happened? Eagles didn't win the Super Bowl?
I will not be
talking. It's getting hot. What's wrong with y'all? I'm talking my shit. The season about to start. I'm talking my shit. If you don't like it, y'all beat us.
Since BJ want to talk about me in the dark, he can't spell catch either.
We did, Dennis. Now what?
Man, beat us. Well, you got to beat us in the game. I mean, you beat us during the regular season, and then
we still beat you. We still beat you.
Beat us.
Hey yo,
stop us from getting to the Super Bowl.
When you sent us that text, you were all the Falcon fans at the what's the name?
All the fucking Falcon fans.
Yo, Philly, man, what's up? Then as drunk as a skunk. They got the Falcon fans with a date in the back. Yo.
Dennis know what time it is.
I do this.
Hey, yo, man, I know you had fun, man. It's good. A good old family, rivalry, man. It's good, man. It's good for sports and good for fandom, too, man.
But you want me, John?
All right, what you got, Ian?
Oh, okay.
So when it comes to certified, I really have to sit here and I have to give applause to Oklahoma City for what they did, how they played that game, especially in Game 7. And more importantly, I also am going to say, if you ever seen the footage of Tyrese Halliburton when he was on the ground, SGA coming over to him, being a professional, him being that basketball player that he is, I had a lot of respect for him for doing that, for going over, making sure he was okay and all that. So, but yeah, Oklahoma City, they deserve it. First championship in Oklahoma City, and good for them. Hope that goes well for them. Seattle fans, it hurts for them. But hey, you're about to get an NBA expansion team about 2 or 3 years, so Supersonics are going to be coming back very soon. So Seattle, don't worry about that. And that's about it when it comes to certified. Oh, wait, one more. Media on Monday, the Oakland Athletics had the groundbreaking ceremony for their brand new ballpark in Las Vegas. So it is now official that the Las Vegas ballpark is going to be built for the A's. It is starting to be groundbreaking, and they had the ceremony on Monday. So it is essentially a done deal now. The Athletics coming to Las Vegas, that stadium going to be built, ready by 2028, and I was happy to see that happen. Like I said, me being media, I was down there, driving around near the ballpark on Monday, and it was great. So,
well, Derek, you get yours there?
Yeah, I'm going with Kevin Durant. He went to a contender.
Oh hell no!
He went to a contender.
Oh, this is the shit I'm talking about, yo. These fucking Kevin Durant fans be fucking killing me, yo. Oh my God.
Hey, yo, listen. They said the starting lineup is Durant now, right? Van Fleet's still over there.
It's Kevin Durant, Amen Thompson,
right?
Stegon,
right.
You got Van Fleet and what's the young boy named Jabari Smith?
Jabari Smith. It's not bad, man.
That's that team, right?
Yeah.
Dallas got the first pick, so they look like they're gonna get Cooper Flagg to go with Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, and what's your boy name? Came from Golden State, shoot the threes.
Klay Thompson.
All right. Your San Antonio Spurs got Victor Wembanyama, De'Aaron Fox, and Dylan Harper, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's that. Now let's move on. I got to go to Sam Sports. I got to get the rest of these trades. Hold up. Sam Sports always give us the latest and greatest on what's going on in the news, in the sports news world.
Yeah.
So let's get this all together. Meanwhile, the Phoenix Suns. Yeah. All right, Phoenix Suns. They have got Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, and a number 10 overall pick.
And five.
So they have 4 shoot.
Yeah.
They have 4 shooting guards on their team.
Wow.
No point guard.
Listen, Udoka.
I got a feeling. Now I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it real with you, Derek. I would take Jalen Green for Paul George in the pick swap.
Okay.
No damn Paul George.
Hey, listen. All right, listen. All right, the Phoenix already doing a bunch of dumb shit. We may have to be part of it. All right, let's get our piece of the puzzle.
You told me Paul George was your favorite player on.
I ain't never saying no shit like that. You was smoking a pancake out this motherfucker.
You know what's crazy?
You just snorted 2 lines
4 years ago.
Al Capone's cocaine.
4 years ago, he said Embiid was not the best player. He said he liked Max, and he's been sticking to. He said he was sticking to it.
I've been saying it for 4 years, ain't I there? Tyrese Maxey.
Tyrese Maxey.
He said Paul George.
I ain't say shit about no Paul George.
You said that was the missing piece for y'all to get over.
I think now, this is what I am going to say. And I got this from Jeff. So I want to make sure I give this a shout out to Jeff. Jeff said one of the things that was going on with Houston in the playoffs, they didn't have a guy that they could go to create a basket. So them getting Kevin Durant is actually a real good move for them. Only problem is they should have kept Jalen Green with them. Right. Like, that's the only thing that I'm just like.
I'm just looking at
it. Gave him something else, like Jabari Smith, and kept Jalen Green. Then I could have seen where it could have went a little bit different.
I just like Udoka is a championship level coach.
Oh, what up, baby?
He's a championship level coach. I think he'll do well with Durant on that team now.
Listen. I said the same thing. I said they got the coaching.
Right.
So they got the coaching. They got it. Listen. Now it's just about Kevin Durant. He has to deliver in the fourth quarter for them. Right. He has to be the closer. That's it. So all this Kevin Durant fandom that's out here, all these Kevin Durant fans are just waiting for him to be. Oh, we just want to go back to being championship KD. This is it.
But the problem
they need him to be a closer. Because those fucking Thompson twins, dog.
The problem is Kevin Durant. Can he be that leader on the floor?
They don't even be a leader. They got a head coach. They don't even be a leader. They got a head coach.
And listen. I think he can do enough. Can he get past OKC is the main issue in Minnesota. Those are the two top, Western Conference teams. And I don't know. Right now, I don't know.
Honestly, during the season, I'm going to be watching all 4 of them games. Now that you say that,
right?
I think they can get past Minnesota. I think their problem is going to be OKC. I think they're going to have a problem with Denver, and it's probably going to be the Warriors too.
And little Memphis.
Nah, Memphis looks like they breaking up, man. That's another trade. Glad we talked. That's another motherfucking trade. That motherfucker went for 4 first-round picks. The fucking Desmond Bain. They really traded him like he was fucking Batman arch nemesis or some shit. What the fuck is going on around here? No, I know I say this shit, but damn.
Hey, what happened was originally had John Morant's name on it, but for some reason it switched at the last second, became Desmond Bain.
No, you don't switch that. You get a house up for John Morant. John Morant going to the Magic. The East was done. And it might be my fandom taking over, but if John Morant went to the Magic, that was the piece that they needed. They needed a point guard that could take over because they 2 wings.
For Desmond Bain.
Wagner and Paolo Banchero. They 2 wings are doing what they're supposed to do. They needed a point guard to help facilitate.
I'll tell you one thing.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and I know a lot of people ain't gonna agree to me on this. If they slip around and get Russell Westbrook, they fuck around being Eastern Conference Championship.
Who?
Magic.
Wait, I'm sorry, who?
The Magic. If the Magic gets Russell Westbrook, they will fuck around being Eastern Conference Championship.
What I read today, they said he might be going to the Rockets.
Ew. Him and Durant again?
Yeah.
Look at you.
Hey,
look at him.
Hey, Ron,
it's crazy.
Are we in 2018?
Yeah. That's what I read
no,
today.
It's not 2018. This is 20. This is 20. What was this?
25.
25. I'm over. I don't even know what year.
I'm just saying. You saying that Russell Westbrook's gonna help a team get to the Eastern Conference Finals?
Hey, that's what.
Because here's what I'm trying to tell you. They need a pure point guard that can facilitate. The point guards that they had. I'm not saying that they was bums, but they wasn't purely out there just facilitating. Those guys, well, actually, Wichita got injured, so I'm not gonna say they wasn't. Those guys, got injured.
But that's what I read today.
I mean, Jalen Suggs, the point guard. You don't think he's it? You don't think Jalen Suggs is that guy?
Nah.
Jalen Suggs keeps getting injured.
That's the problem.
I mean, right now it's Suggs, Bain, Wagner, Banchero, and Carter. I mean, that's a starting 5.
Right. But if it was John Morant, that was the East. I'm just being honest. That was the
you think a healthy Indiana couldn't beat them?
No.
Honestly, with John Murray, you got to worry about him bringing out another gun. So.
Oh no! Come on, chill out, y'all. Chill out. That's not him.
And I might be, and like I said, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This might be my bias stuff.
Yes.
John Morant, Paulo Banchero, and France. That's too much you got to deal
with. Trust me.
Is this Cleveland's last year? Like are they gonna break that team? That team is supposed to be in the finals.
They gonna blame it on the injury, so they're not gonna do it. I don't know. They fired the coach last year, didn't they?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. You never know what the hell Cleveland might do.
I got a feeling
the one thing you gotta remember is Cleveland doesn't have a small forward. Like they have pretty much everything else. They got two guys down low.
Yeah.
Two guards. They just need somebody up in the middle and small forward. So.
But.
Let's get it together. Come on, Ryan. Let's get these questions out.
My first question: can it be more than one face of the WNBA?
Yeah, they need more than one face.
Yeah, they need one more. Yeah,
they need more than one face.
Caitlin Clark, she's good, but you need a rivalry. That's what makes sports is rivalries. That's why the NBA was so popular throughout its entirety. It's rivalries.
Yeah.
Okay. Michael Jordan was just special, and if you want to say LeBron, but LeBron needed rivalries to make him even better. So,
yeah.
My answer is no.
Why?
The WNBA really hasn't had one singular face for the majority of its existence. They've had some really good players, right? They've had 4 or 5, some really good combination of good players throughout its run. But up until about 2 or 3 years ago, the WNBA didn't have that poster. They didn't have that one person that was going to have everyone put their spotlight on them. Now they do. And as much as you like her, as much as you don't like her, you can't deny the fact that once Caitlin Clark showed up in the WNBA, the money started coming in. The endorsements were starting to go up now. The ticket sales are starting to go up now. The revenue is starting to go up now. The Las Vegas Aces are a $300 million estimated value, and they were only bought for like $15 million, not even a couple of years before that.
You didn't say that
when it comes to the WNBA, having that one superstar that can help the rest of the team and the rest of the league out in terms of revenue, in terms of buy rate, that is what they need. So for the WNBA, I've looked at Caitlin Clark, and from a financial perspective, it is actually a great move for them because the more attention she's putting on the product, the more you're going to know about the rest of the league. And the more you're going to know about the rest of the players and the much of the most talented females in the world competing in basketball. You're going to know more about them. And that's because she's being a poster now.
I think that the NWA was always a sisterhood of competition. You had Lisa Leslie, Rebecca Lobo.
Right. I will always give respect to the OGs, by the way.
Yeah. Candace Parker.
Parker and Maya
Scholar,
Moore,
Thompson,
Sue Bird,
it was always super right. It was always a plethora of sisterhood of competition.
But they never had that superstar.
But what I'm saying,
that one person that even a casual fan would know who they are.
But what I'm saying, every time they just talk about Caitlin Clark, it got to be other females that balling in the WNBA too.
Right, there is.
Don't just.
But it's coming. What I'm saying is that for right now, it is just Caitlin Clark.
But you can't say that because
But I'm saying as time moves on, and there's more matchups, and there's more storylines, and there's more teams having back and forth. What I'm saying is that when it comes to Caitlin Clark, she's going to make the rest of the league more profitable. The revenue is going to go up because she's bringing more attention to it.
But what I'm saying, you got other females. You got Reese that get every rebounds. You got I just tired that there be focused on one female.
I understand what you're trying to say, but I'm saying is that to me, I'm gonna give you a comparison, if I may.
Okay.
10 years ago, UFC started their women's division. And you had Amanda Nunes, you had Misha Tate. I mean, there were some really good women fighters that were during that time. But Ronda freaking Rousey, she started making it relevant.
Yeah.
And when she started making it relevant, the other women started to get endorsements. They started making more money. They started being in the main event now.
Right.
Fast forward to now, and there's multiple main events now where women are main eventing a pay-per-view. She helped with that. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Is that if you let one person help build up the rest of the brand, then by the time she moves on, you're going to have a plethora. You're going to have 5, 6, 7 people going to be on that pedestal.
But rivalries have a lot to do with that because Caitlin Clark, let's say she wins one. Okay, now what's she going to do next? Win another one? Well, who are you beating to get these championships? And how is these series panning themselves out?
But
you make your name in the playoffs. The regular season, you become a star, but you become a legend through the playoffs.
I mean, Derek gets one step at a time. What I'm going to say is once she gets to the playoffs and they have a certain couple of runs, that's going to start building it up more.
Right.
Now, she's supposed to be the Steph Curry of the WNBA. She's probably the best shooter in college history, right? As far as a woman.
I understand.
Nah.
Yeah.
Not in women's college basketball. No. You got a lot of the females that came way before Caitlin Clark that did the same thing. That's what I'm trying to say. All they just focus on Caitlin Clark. Focus on other females too.
What I think I tell you what Ian's saying. Ian's saying like you need this for right now. She is the catching point, grabbing everybody's attention. So piggyback off of that, and then let's see where it goes from there. You need something to boost this league up.
What?
I understand. It's a lot of women. You would think they. You know what? Nope, not gonna do that. Nope, Derek. Nope. Bad boy. Bad boy.
Dennis. All right. My next question: name a NBA team need to trade everyone on the team and start fresh from top to bottom.
The Sixers. The Sixers. The Sixers. The Sixers, and maybe they need to blow up. They need to blow up the Clippers. That is done. That is done, son. I love Kawhi. He's my top 3 player in the league. I'm a huge Kawhi fan, but they need to blow that team up. That team ain't winning no championship. They can't get past Denver. They can't stay healthy. It's a mess over there. It's a mess. They make it to the playoffs.
I'm gonna say the Washington Wizards.
They just did. They just let go of Jordan Poole. Did he just went to the Portland Trail Blazers?
No, he went to.
I'm sorry. No. He went to New Orleans, right?
Yeah. Right. They swapped him and CJ McCollum. That's actually what the 1v1 thing.
CJ McCollum. Right? I'm sorry.
Who you got for me, Ian?
So instead of going with the obvious answers, Derek, I'm going to go with a team that's already starting to disassemble and already moving some parts around. And this is the organization that really should have done this a few years ago, and that's the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns are an organization that really needs to start over, hit the full panic button. Bradley Beal, who's one of my favorite players to watch in the NBA, I'm so unfortunate what happened to him in Phoenix. He needs to go somewhere else because the Phoenix Suns are sucking him dry talent-wise. Okay? Grayson Allen's an absolute joke. Devin Booker, he should have been a lifer in Phoenix, but I highly doubt he's going to. I wouldn't be shocked if they trade him at some point. But the problem is you have too many guards. Like the Phoenix Suns have 8 guards on their roster. That's way too many. So I definitely need to start breaking that up. So I would say the Phoenix Suns. And then a second team I think isn't going to blow it up since they're already in rebuild mode. But the Utah Jazz not getting the number 1 overall pick, them falling all the way down to number 5 when they were in the full tank for Cooper Flagg sweepstakes. I will not be shocked if it ends up being the Utah Jazz being an organization that moves around the older talent and keeps on trying to bring in the young talent. Hey, in Washington, he was one of my favorite players to watch in the league, man. Anybody here has been around?
I don't think he's around. I think he's just old. He's just old.
Oh man, I was watching Wizard games all the time. I thought
I think Bradley Beal need to go to a team that would put stuff around him.
He just went to the wrong team. Like right. They were just not a good fit. That was just not a good fit.
Right. Phoenix, in my opinion, they just tried to build bit 3. And we all said where your defense gonna come from.
Right.
Who's gonna have the ball the most?
Right.
The basketball.
Yeah. No, Bradley Beal for a couple of years. Some people forget how he was a top 25 caliber player.
So
the Clippers, they've been trying this thing for what? Since like COVID, right? Before COVID. They've been trying.
Why are we talking about the irrelevant LA Clippers?
Because the Clippers, hold on, Ian. The Clippers made it to the playoffs. The Suns did.
But no, but why are we talking about the Clippers?
I'm just you said teams that you feel like you need to blow them up. I think they need to blow up the Clippers.
Honestly, in terms of blowing a team up, I would say when it comes to the LA Clippers, take that whole stadium, take everything that comes there, and I would say go on a run with AC 130 and get rid of the entire franchise. All right? When it comes to the Clippers organization, not even worth being in the NBA anymore. Just tear the whole thing down.
I mean,
the Clippers organization been a joke for the last
they are overrated and they are underachieving for the talent that they do have.
Underachieving, that's a statement. Yeah.
Underachieving. They are underachieving for the talent they do have. Kawhi Leonard is a top 10, top 5 player in the league when he's healthy.
I will say this. I've been saying it, and I'm going to say it right now. It starts with your front office. If you don't got nobody that know basketball in your front office,
you will
be the Clippers or the Hawks. That's what you will be.
With the Hawks in the last 6 or 7 years, the Hawks been to a conference finals.
That was 5 years ago, my brother.
Okay.
If 5 years ago, and what is 2000 and what?
2020.
Okay. 5 years ago, and they had not done shit recently. You cannot just keep on saying, oh, well, we did that 5 years ago and had not done shit since then.
The Clippers the same way.
Hey,
you're making my point.
Hey, Ron, let me ask you a question real quick.
Yeah.
Jeff Van Gundy, does he know basketball? Yes or no?
Jeff? Yeah.
Yeah.
You just disrespected Jeff Van Gundy. Man, sorry about that.
Wow.
Who do you think the lead guy is over there at the Clippers?
Wow.
Yeah, they brought him over last season. They brought him over last season. He still didn't do shit. But, you know.
But
I thought he was on the bench helping out Wichita.
They said that he's one of the lead guys, that in terms of personnel and stuff like that. He tries to
I thought he was assistant coach.
Right. To me, in my opinion, he know basketball. To me.
Okay.
He been around the game.
Like him, Brian Shaw. There's a few guys in LA that have personnel wise.
To me, he's been around the game forever.
Mike Jackson knows basketball, but the NBA doesn't want him as a coach.
But you sure about that?
The NBA does not want him as a coach. Why is he not a coach?
Well, maybe he don't know how to talk to people.
Come on, what is that? What do you mean you don't know how to talk to people? What do you mean? He's a Christian.
Okay, wait a minute. Before you go in, I cannot talk to you like I talk to Ian. You got to know how to talk to different people.
If you are criticizing me and say, hey, I need to work on my jumper, I need to work on defense, I need to turn up. I need to lock in. That's different for saying, hey, you effing suck, and I'm gonna put you on a bench. Like I've seen some bad coaching and some bad coaching advice, and Mark Jackson is not it. He's to me, he's well respected in the NBA community. It's just that the NBA does not, for some reason, does not want this man to coach these young players.
Who?
And he's the best thing for him, in my opinion.
Who?
Mark Jackson.
We will not talk about Mark Jackson.
I'm just saying, like you said, that you need to know basketball. That would make you for a good, the personnel inside of it. If you put him as what's the name of talent, to get him to check out talent. That would be even better because he knows basketball.
Wait a minute, but then he made the Warriors. That on his resume.
Okay.
He drafted everybody on the Warriors.
Right.
So if you got that resume, then you know talent, right?
Right.
Okay. A lot of people don't like you. I mean, I don't be up front.
But why though?
A lot of people don't like Mark Jackson.
Is it a lot of people don't like him, or is it that the powers that be, or whatever the case you want to call him?
You said it. You said that I didn't. You said that I didn't.
All right. Well, we'll leave it at that.
Say that again.
The powers that be.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's crazy because he's exactly what these young kids need. Can you imagine Mark Jackson coaching up John Morant?
But once again, if the front office don't want you in the building, you will not get no job.
Why though? Why won't he get a job again? I'm glad we're talking about this because, like,
hey, can I tell you what? By the way, just to let you know, since I've had this conversation so many years. By the way,
yeah.
Do I need to remind you the reason why he actually got kicked out of Golden State?
Don't go.
There were allegations against Mark Jackson that he was openly homophobic.
Oh my God!
About the fact that he was making fun of staff players who were openly gay.
Well, if that's the case,
those
then
allegations were over his head when he was getting fired.
My opinion, I don't think he was homophobic.
I don't think so either. But what I'm saying
I think his Christian morals and beliefs, I think it kind of clashed with people in the LGBT community.
Just put in the comments too. By the way, thank you for bringing that up again. Yes, that is a reason why he went on his way out. There was a lot of people thinking he was never going to get a job again because people said that he was openly homophobic, and there was all these allegations around him.
But
that's crazy.
Dennis.
So I'm just saying that's the reason why a lot of people aren't touching him because those allegations on his way out. Like,
I'm going to ask you my question, Dennis. Name an NBA team need to trade everyone.
I said the Wizards.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the Wizards is. When the last time they've been in the playoffs? They are terrible. It's been a minute. It's been 2 decades. It's been at least. Yeah. Sheesh.
The last time they went, in my opinion, they had John Wall.
Damn.
Wait, who did?
The Wizards.
That was in 2017, 2018 around. That was with the Celtics. The Celtics and the Wizards and
who was on the team then?
That
was John
Bradley
Wall,
Beal, John Wall,
Otto Porter Jr.
Oh my goodness.
Kelly Oubre, I think he was on the team at that point.
They were a 7 seed?
No, they were like a 3 seed, 4 seed.
Right.
Oh my God, I gotta look back on that. I do not remember.
Hey, as someone who's a Bradley Beal fan, that 2016 to 2018 era, I thought him and John Wall were going to lead the Wizards to at least the Eastern Conference Finals.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Hey, I'm just saying. All right. I'm just saying. We were a good 1-2 punch in Washington.
Look, the Clippers been relevant. At least the Clippers been relevant in the last 2 decades. At least the Clippers are relevant. I think they made it to a conference finals. 1 or 2.
My next question: do you think the top 5 running backs of last year will be the same top 5 running backs this year?
So the top 5 running backs last year was Saquon, Derrick Henry, B. John Robinson, Sonic and Knuckles, right?
Who's Sonic and Knuckles?
From Detroit.
You could say that.
Yeah. So I think so. I think they will be. Yeah.
What you got, man?
So I'm gonna say no, but it's mostly because it's always been interchangeable. All right. When it comes to running backs in that top 5, every year there's 1 or 2 guys who go in and there's 1 or 2 that go out. Now, Saquon Barkley being on the Madden cover, and on top of the fact that Saquon Barkley is supposed to be one of the favorites to win MVP this year, means that he is either going to live up to the hype and the Philadelphia Eagles are going to win back-to-back Super Bowls, or Saquon Barkley is going to get hurt with a devastating injury in week 2, and people are not going to be happy.
Damn, why got to be week 2? Damn.
It got to be October 5th when they play the Broncos.
Look, I'm just saying, all right, when it comes to the Madden curse and being an MVP favorite, it means you're either going to be special and you're going to do really far, like Patrick Mahomes was, for example, or you're going to suffer such a devastating injury that it sets your team back the entire year. All right, there's no middle. Like, it's one of the two. Yeah. So for Saquon, I think, for example, Jonathan Taylor was near top 5 last year. I don't think he's going to do that again. Derrick Henry, with his age, when it comes to his age, Derrick Henry, I think he's going to see slight regression.
Okay.
Not all.
Hey, Jay Jones said what height?
Well, he got 2,000 yards.
Ron, he said what height?
So that means he would have to do 2,000 yards back to back.
Repeat the question. Repeat the question, man.
I said, do you think the top 5 running backs of last year will be the same top 5 running backs this year?
No.
Nothing to do with height. Jay Jones.
But I think the top 5, if healthy, I think the top 5 running backs from last year could be the top 5 running backs from this year. Yes. Detroit still got a high octane offense. I think they're definitely going to.
They lost a good portion of the offensive line, though. The center ain't there. The right guard ain't there.
I just like their coaching. I like the coach. I think they don't regress. I don't think they regress.
I mean, they lost 7 coaches, man. There's going to be some form of regression. But
Dennis.
Okay, so all right. When I said live up to the hype, I was saying that the Madden cover and being on the Madden cover brings some hype to you.
Or break the curse. You have to break the curse,
People are expecting to either break the curse or for the curse to break you. That's what I meant by living up to the hype, because there's a lot of expectations around you when it comes to the Madden curse. Now, personally, as somebody who doesn't believe in the Madden curse, just like I don't believe in the stupid President's Trophy curse in hockey, that's another topic. I feel like a lot of it is all mental. Like, the curse really doesn't exist. But I'm just saying is that when it comes to the Madden cover, there's expectation there. There's hype in being the Madden cover in UA.
Hey, then, so back-to-back 2,000-yard seasons. Saquon's already a Hall of Famer if he does that. But I know you won another championship, but like, what does that mean? If he, like, since we talk about the top 5 running backs, if he's to do that, I don't have outside of OJ. Has anybody done that in recent history?
Well, I know one running back did.
I know. Well, he didn't do it back-to-back years, but I know he got close.
He did it 1 year. CJ for Tennessee Titans.
No, I'm talking about Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry has been close to 2,000.
He has one. He has one. He has one,
but he's been close to it 2 other seasons.
Okay.
Now, my next question is: name a NBA players deserve to get the huge bag this offseason. Dennis.
Huge bag. I don't even know who up for debate, but I think Nas Reed is going to get a big bag from the Lakers because they desperately need a big man. They're gonna probably give him. I think the rumor is they're gonna give him 3 years, 120 million.
Wow.
Who's Dallas? Dallas Center just got paid, didn't they?
Yeah, he did.
Houston Center just got paid.
It's probably going to be Shea probably gonna get a big bag.
Yeah, an extension. That's an extension.
Yeah, for extension. I'm sorry.
I would throw out on the Miles Turner.
Nah, I don't think he. I mean, if they want to, he played big time for them, but
he deserves to get paid.
He deserves to get paid. Well, then T.J. McConnell deserves to get paid too. Jalen Williams, for OKC.
So, yeah.
I mean, Nas Reed was kind of going to be my answer, so appreciate that, Dennis. But, I mean, Nas Reed makes sense considering Minnesota's situation and the amount of money that Nas Reed is supposedly going to be getting this offseason. It makes sense. So,
My next question. Who should win the Defensive Player Rookie of the Year this year coming up in the NFL there?
Woo-wee. Go ahead and say it, Derek. Go ahead and say it, Derek. You know you want to say it.
Nah, PS2 not gonna do back to back. I know he's gonna be in the running.
He said defensive rookie.
Rookie. Oh, Jay Barron. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be biased. What's his name? Barron's gonna be Mr. Rookie of the Year.
Play somebody off of Denver.
Oh yeah, you know it. You know it. You already know it.
Yeah, talk to me.
See, what's unfortunate is that since it's so early, it's freaking June, by the way. I don't really want to give you an answer, but if I had to shot in the dark, give you somebody I think maybe could do it. I mean, it'd probably be Barron from Texas. I mean, considering Denver's roster and defensively what they have over there.
No,
I mean, it makes a lot of sense.
Don't shake your head. Don't shake your head. Ian said it. He a low down Raider fan. So
well, first off, I'm not a Raiders.
I know you. I know he's a Bears.
I'm not a Raiders fan. Don't go there. They're in my city. I have to watch them for media purposes, but that's about it.
Okay. No, but Abdul Carter will probably be if it's not Barron. I think Barron's going to have a great season. But Carter gonna really take things off, man. I think he gonna have one of those Von Miller type seasons if he stays healthy. If he stays healthy,
I said the linebacker that Philly got with their first pick.
Oh yeah, but he had shoulder injuries, didn't he? There was shoulder injury.
Yeah, he got a shoulder injury.
Yeah,
trust me, he is a monster.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna say this though. You know what I mean? James Pierce Jr. from the University of Tennessee Volunteers, who now play for the Atlanta Falcons, will go out there and be defensive rookie of the year. Yeah, I said it. Yeah.
I mean, I'm also gonna say this honorable mention, just because of how weak the front four is. Kenneth Grant out there in Michigan. I liked what I saw from him getting drafted by Miami. I mean, he could make a difference on that front four out there in Miami. So that'd be my
you know what? I take that back about
okay.
I take that back about Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry only had one more year where he almost had 2,000 yards. Last season he was 79 yards away.
I could see. Put that back up there, Dennis.
Malachi Starks?
Yep, I could see rookie on the year. Come from Georgia.
I think it's too crowded over there.
I think that.
I mean, personally, I have to be in a corner, though.
They might got the best secondary. Oh, well, it's a tie now between them and Pittsburgh. You got 1A and 1B. Either one. Both of their secondaries good. But my next question. Who won the Grizzlies and Magic trade?
Grizzlies. Ain't no fucking way he was worth 4 first-round picks. Ain't they? Like I said, they traded that mofo like he was fucking banging the real bang from fucking Batman.
That's he is.
I wonder what was going to break on you first.
That's how he is. Ian, what you got for me?
So here's what my answer is going to be. Short term, I understand what the Magic are trying to do.
All right.
The short-term answer is that Orlando Magic have been a first-round loss. They want to get out the first round, bringing in Desmond Bane. That is going to help them this year and maybe the next year afterwards. But long-term, it will be the Memphis Grizzlies because of all the draft capital and assets they got back. So short-term, it's going to be Orlando. They're going to be a better team this upcoming year. Desmond Bane is going to try to help them get out of the first round because they've lost back-to-back years. So short-term Orlando, long-term Memphis.
What you got for me, Derek?
I agree with Ian. You know, the Bane trade, that was crazy. As you said, short term, I think he makes them better defensively. But Memphis getting that draft capital is pretty decent. I think that they still trying to build around Ja Morant. And, he has to mature. So I think that,
how many years you gonna say he got mature?
Huh?
How many years you gonna say he got to mature?
Well, I mean, it's going to take a while. Yeah. It's going to take a while. As long as you're in your 20s and you're figuring it out, I get it. Everybody wants him to hurry up and be the face of the league, but let's let him be a good human being first, and then we can work that in.
But
I'm not saying he's not. Well, I mean, he ain't the scum of the earth. But what I'm saying is you got to be a decent dude, man. You got to start making responsible choices.
But
once he does that, once he changed that attitude, I think he'll at least fight for a championship in the future.
I think definitely trade him.
He's the face of that franchise. He's the face of that franchise. If they trade him,
he's the face of the franchise, but you more hurt than healthy. How you helping us and you always hurt?
Shit, it's a lot of players you can say that about.
That's right. You ain't lying.
One of them plays for my team.
Yeah, he needs.
I hope one of them don't play for my team. With Wemby, I hope Wemby has a
Wemby ass is too big for that.
So how you helping the team and you always hurt, or you doing some fuck shit? How you helping the team?
Well, we talked about this earlier. You got to take better care of your body. You know what I'm saying? And you have to change your mindset. Your mindset has to be a mature professional basketball player. And if you do anything, on the off season and your time off, it should be conducive to your NBA career. You know what I'm saying? Get away that childish mindset where you got to go through things for the gram and showing the weapons and all that. Man, you got time for all that. It's right now. You got a ball, get paid, and grow that brand up. You know what I'm saying? Because the kids will love you. I'm telling you, they'll back you if you're great and if you start winning.
It's hard to win in the West.
I want to remind you, by the way, Ja Morant has 3 years left on his deal. So unless you're going to give up literally the biggest haul of all time, you're not going to get him in a trade. That contract's not going to allow you to get him just for easily. So,
always
NBA cap is a myth.
I'm just saying, in the NBA, the more term you got on your deal, the harder it is to go get you. So.
Yeah, all right. What's next one, man?
Is this Oklahoma City Thunder team better than 2012 Oklahoma Thunder team?
Defensively, yes, but offensively, no.
All around the board, yes.
All right, so you trying to tell me
James Harden, because I know what you're about to say. You about to bring up prime James Harden. James Harden knows what OKC was not balling like he was when he got to Houston.
But he was their catalyst off the bench. He was the guy that
but
helped the energy guy.
Is he better than Jalen? Is he better than Jalen Williams? At
this point, no.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
Is Kevin Durant better than Shaq?
Yeah. MVP Kevin Durant is better than Shaq?
No. 2012 Kevin. See how you doing? See, I knew you was gonna do that. 2012 Kevin Durant, is he better than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? Is the question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, he's not. Yeah.
Offensively, he is.
2012 Kevin Durant is not better than Shai. 2025 Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Wait a minute. That year they went to the finals. You do know that, right?
So you trying to say this team could beat 2012 Miami Heat? Wait a minute. You think this team could beat Miami Heat? This OKC team could beat Miami Heat?
I think we'll take him to 7.
Yeah, all right. No, they'll beat him in 6. Stop playing. They'll beat him in 6. LeBron will dunk all over them dudes. Who they got to stick LeBron?
LeBron ain't. First of all, that ain't the person that they were scared that was really killing them like that. But LeBron ain't gonna do all that shit.
Him and Wade gonna destroy that team. And it's crazy. I like Holmgren, but Holmgren ain't doing nothing with Chris Bosh. Sorry. Try again.
No, that's why they got Isaiah. You gotta switch it up. See, that's what makes them better, because they got Holmgren and Isaiah. So whatever Holmgren lacks, Isaiah picks up.
You put Lou Dort or on a prime LeBron James in Miami and see what happenens.
I'm gonna throw Lou Dort at him.
Was Ray Allen on that team?
Yeah,
right. Yeah, he's on that team.
Years.
What you got for me, Ian?
So I'm gonna say no, only because of what they can do offensively. Defensively, I understand what this OKC team can do in 2025. I'm aware of that. But offensively, when I compare what the Oklahoma City Thunder did back in the 2012 when they went up against the Miami Heat, and you compare that roster and that 7-man rotation they had back then, and compare it to the 2025 roster you have now offensively, I would give the advantage to the 2012 OKC Thunder. So because of that offensive advantage, because we know what they could do offensively, that is why I'd give OKC in 12 the advantage over 25. So
look who OKC had to play that season. They beat Cole. They beat us. I forgot they played the first round.
On that, but
did I play the Nuggets that year?
It might have been the first round, but I know they beat Cole to get to the finals. I'm sorry, they cut Cole, but then they played us in the third round. They played us in the third round. So yeah, Durant was not playing that year. If he didn't run into LeBron and them boys, he'd have probably been a champion. So yeah, I give it this. Okay, they much better defensively than, even though I like Ibaka back then. But he's not a better. He's a better shot blocker. I think Holmgren's a better rim protector. And Holmgren can shoot. He can shoot.
All right. My next question: who should the New York Knicks trade for to get over the hump and get to the finals next year? Dennis.
I don't need to trade for nobody. They need to go get them a fuck coach.
That's true.
Yeah.
They should go call the Dallas Mavericks.
And
Dallas Mavericks answer, say, how many draft picks you want for Jason Kidd? How many?
Who?
Jason Kidd?
Bring back Jason Kidd.
Ain't got no draft picks in 2031.
I didn't just say first round picks. I said picks in general. How many picks would they need?
So
go get Jason Kidd.
So you really think Jason Kidd will get the New York Knicks over the hump and take them to the finals?
They took the Mavs to the finals. Why not?
By the way, I love how he took his words immediately out of my. Hey, Derek, I appreciate that. Thank you so very much.
like Jason Kidd is a top 5 coach in the NBA right now. And I think he would do great with Jalen Brunson. He will actually give Jalen Brunson. He'll make him more structured as a point guard. So yeah,
speak for me. I'm good.
But you do know that you need more than one person to shoot the ball, right?
I understand that, but Jason Kidd will figure that out. But I think he's a better replacement. I got him better than Tom, because Tom Thibodeau never been in the finals.
Right, but what I'm saying,
so I'm taking Jason Kidd. Yeah, that would be that'd be perfect. I don't know Rick Carlisle. I don't know. That's gonna be that one hell of a series again. Rick Carlisle, Jason Kidd. Oh my goodness! At coaching, oh my goodness.
You need somebody else to take over the game besides Bronson.
Right. So let's say they get Jason Kidd as coach, right? We talk about hypothetical. Does he work now? Does he work well with Giannis again? Because they need Giannis.
Whoa. You get Jason Kidd and Giannis? What the fuck is going on around here?
Hey, look. Stranger things has happened. Ever since this Luka trade, I don't put nothing past nobody. So you take Jason Kidd from what's the name? Because to be honest with you, after the Luka trade, I think Jason Kidd would have been out of there anyway.
Wait, so you tell me the New York Knicks? This what you saying? The New York Knicks we trade for Giannis. And wait a minute, before you answer,
okay,
who would they give up to get Giannis?
I mean, since you're getting Giannis, you gotta give up Cat and draft picks.
They got no draft picks.
Well, then it'll be Cat and oof.
See what I mean? To answer the question, they do have draft picks.
They don't have first round draft picks, right?
They have a 2026 first round pick. Yes, they do.
All right, so who will you give up or give up to get Giannis?
Oh, for Giannis, I wouldn't do a single thing. Giannis, to me, wouldn't for the New York Knicks. You're not going to be able to do it. I was saying for Jason Kidd, and thanks to Basketball Reference for giving me this. 2026 first and 2030 first. All right? 2 first-round picks for Jason Kidd.
Yeah.
Dallas Mavericks are already sinking ship. All right? The Dallas Mavericks are already on their way and potentially moving to the sports entertainment capital of the world. I ain't going to talk about that. When it comes to the New York Knicks, capitalize on it, take 2 first-round picks, give it to the Dallas Mavericks, and bring Jason Kidd over, and he'll help you get closer.
Well, since we're now on the show, Kyrie Irving declined his option and signed a 3-year deal with the Dallas Mavericks for $119 million.
Wow.
Not bad.
Hey, he's not losing no money no time soon. Now, my last question of the night. Do you think the Dallas Cowboys will pay Micah Parsley more money?
Micah Parsons, sir.
Parsley more money than Miles Garrett.
You'd have named him a goddamn season. Micah Parsons.
And that
Give me 2 bottles of that Micah Parsons for this turkey we got.
Hey, do you think that we pay him more money than Miles Garrett? Yeah.
Yeah, they just ain't gonna pay him until right before the season starts.
And how much?
What's your answer, Dennis?
He said, yeah. But they just we pay him before the season will start.
They're gonna wait till the season starts, then they're gonna pay him.
You think the question is?
Micah said last year that he's not gonna hold out. So
he had training camp.
Well, ain't nobody at training camp. So
before they went on break and stuff, he was there. They were talking to him in the locker room and stuff. So what you say, Ian?
I am saying that no, they're not going to sign him before the season, but yes, they will sign him before free agency 2026.
So how much you think they would pay him?
41.
I'm gonna say 34. I think 34 million for.
Nah, they gonna give him more than that. They giving him. He's getting paid more than what you call
Myles Garrett got 40 million per year.
Right, he's getting paid more than Myles Garrett.
Though. Michael Parsons not Myles Garrett.
Michael Parsons will be paid more than Myles Garrett.
Nah, I don't think he deserves that.
I'm asking myself.
I'm not saying he doesn't have that talent.
It's about what the market dictates.
Right.
Yeah, I understand that.
Myself, 40 million.
What you saying?
What I'm asking myself personally, is he better than $40 million? Considering the cap is going to go up every single effing year.
I think he is.
Yeah, he is. He worth it.
He to get to the quarterback, and they be moving him all around on that defense.
On the pass coverage,
yeah. Okay, so if you do pay him, you got to pay him what? 42 million. The one guy is at 40 million. You got to pay him 42.
41.
You got. I say 45.
45.
I say 41. 41.
That's what I say. I say 45 million.
All right, let me go to over the cap real quick. I need
because now don't get me wrong, they picked some good pieces. You don't want to lose him, or you don't want to wait till somebody else get paid. Then when they're trying to pay him, he be like, "Hey, this person got this amount of money. I want 50 million. So you better try and pay him now before somebody else get paid." Like TJ Watt.
Oh, they already did that too. It's too late. They should have paid him before Witchcom started. They could have paid him that 34 that Ian was talking about.
Right.
If they would have went ahead and paid him in February. It just cost themselves about $7 million waiting so long.
So Myles Garrett got paid. So now, what? 45? 50? Maybe?
I say 41. I don't know why y'all keep going 45. 41 is what I said.
I think he's going to be like, nah, I don't want no 41. I think he's going to be
so Myles Garrett's contract must be backloaded then, because I'm not seeing him as the highest paid for this year.
What?
No, as the highest paid again? Or you talking about the highest paid player in the NFL? Which one?
I'm talking about the high.
It's saying this season, Max Crosby is the highest paid for this year.
And who's number two?
Myles Garrett.
Right. Max Crosby got paid after him.
Right. They got paid.
Okay, so it must be next year where Garrett surpasses him. Oh, okay.
So, like I said, they better do something. So, but that's what I got, Dennis.
Oh.
All right. Well, thank y'all for coming out tonight. Anybody got any last words? Oh, Derek got the light on? Damn.
It's too late now, Dad. Everybody like and share the show and check on your family members. Mental, never know what a person going through behind closed doors.
Right.
And you don't want to be no Denver Bronco fan. Shout out to that.
Well, listen, we only want true fans anyway, so.
But like and share the show, y'all.
Yes.
Peace.
Missed me while I was gone. 716, stand up. Neck on the beat. Let go.
Yeah.
What's up?